The Ukraine Crisis Media Center, NATO, USAID, the State Department, and CIA contractors are effectively telling Zelensky, here are 20 red lines you shall never cross unless you want us to overthrow you in the same kind of destabilization revolution that allowed you to rise to power in the first place. So they give about 7 or 8 different categories of red lines that Zelensky is not allowed to pursue as a policy initiative. So first is security issues. Holding a referendum on the negotiations format to be used with the Russian Federation on principles for a peaceful settlement. They are forbidding the newly elected president of Ukraine, who, as you mentioned, ran on a peace platform from pursuing a peace settlement with Russia. This is the State Department, USAID, the CIA, and NATO immediately, month 1, blocking the democratically elected president from fulfilling the thing he ran on to win the Democratic vote. From the outside, sponsoring 70 undersigned signatories from the inside of Ukraine. This is creating this monster within Ukraine so that it looks like it comes from Ukraine, but the money is all coming from outside Ukraine to do the bidding of the foreign policy consensus outside of Ukraine. The second on the red lines list, conducting separate negotiations without the participation of Ukraine's Western partners with the Russian Federation. So while the media reports this as being Ukrainian NGOs, these are little marionettes of the CIA, the State Department, USAID, the British equivalents in NATO, and they are threatening them not to include their sponsors. It's an outrage. So essentially, this is any appeasement whatsoever. This is basically holding a gun to the brand new president of Ukraine, saying, if you, who have the democratic mandate of the election that you just won, if you decide in your discretion that it's worth compromising with Russia because 5 years earlier we had overthrown the Ukrainian government and that's what triggered the Crimea referendum in the breakaway states in eastern Ukraine, well, you can't do that anymore. You can't negotiate with Russia. You definitely can't negotiate without us being present. You can't hold a referendum with the Ukrainian people, deferring to what the Ukrainian people vote to do. And then the fourth one, inhibiting the implementation of security and defense policies outlined in the Strategic Defense Bulletin in Ukraine, or delaying or sabotaging or rejecting the strategic course for EU and NATO membership. This is the U.S. State Department, USAID, and NATO threatening to regime change Zelensky within a month of him taking office if he does anything to delay or reject his own country from being swallowed up by the EU and NATO. This is NATO accession by gunpoint, by political gunpoint, initiating any actions that